भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावतीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ओम शांति शांति शांति। गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्म विद्वरम्।
ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे फुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयः प्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्सः सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत्। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोत्पला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला। अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरणनदी कैवर्तकः केशवः। पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलं गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटं नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथा सम्बोधनाबोधितम्। लोके सज्जनषट्पदैरहरहः पेपीयमानं मुदा भूयाद्भारतपङ्कजं कलिमल प्रध्वंसिनः श्रेयसे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः। ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तन्न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः।
Hari Om, Jai Guru. So directly we go to verse 39. Yachapi sarva bhutanam bijam tataham arjuna natatati vidha vinayasyan maya bhutam characharam. He says, O Arjuna, I am that which is the seed of all beings. There is no such thing or such being, moving or stationary, which can exist without me. So what he says is, I am the seed. Seed means material cause, out of which the entire creation has emerged. Aham sarvabhutanam bijam asmi. Bijam means upadana karanam. Just as the clay is the material cause of all the earthenwares. So I am the material cause without which nothing in the creation, moving or non-moving, can exist. What does that mean? The easiness, that is, when you say, this is the wall, this is the door, this is window, that easiness is, we can say, is God. There is nothing which can exist without me. Me is what? Chit and Sat. Chit and Sat are Nirguna Ishvara Vibhuti. And all others are, that means Nama Rupam. All are Saguna Ishvara Vibhuti. Here, there is a sloka in Drishya Viveka. Same thing it explains, but it's nice. Asti bhati priyam rupam nama cha idi hamsa panchakam. Asti bhati priyam. That is, Asti bhati priyam is Chatchit Ananda, you can say. It is similar to that. Asti bhati priyam, then rupam nama. Idi hamsa panchakam. These are the 5 factors. Adyatrayam Brahma Rupam. The first 3, that is Asti Bhati Priyam, that is Sat-Chit Ananda, this is Brahma Rupam. Then Jagat Rupam, Tato Dvayam, that is remaining 2 are Jagat Rupam, that is Nama Rupam. Sat, Chit, these 2, that's what we just mentioned earlier also, that is Brahma Swarupam, Brahma Rupam. And the Nama Rupam is the word. So this is the thing you can clearly actually imagine. So next few other 3 the verses, it again explains. Earlier also this has come, we will see. So the next we will see 1040 and then come back. Nantosti mama divyanam vidhutinam parantapa yesha dute satapro vidhute vittaro maya. This is 40th verse. So here we have understood, or rather it has to be understood, or we have to understand that Krishna has referred to many factors as the glory of the Supreme. Actually, what are they? When he says Supreme means, it is a self in every being. That also in 10th chapter earlier also he has told. The all Atma is in every being is I. So the Supreme, the Krishna, which is the Supreme, is self in every being. The outer expression and glories visible to the external senses have their source within. This also we have discussed earlier. Even though we say it is outside, everything is, we see the image of things which appears to be outside, everything is within. So that's why here it says, the outer expressions and glories visible to the external senses have their source within. That means what? Earlier we saw that when we say Supreme, it is the self in every being. So what we see, it is all in the self, which is the Supreme or Brahman. So it's all inside. And that inside is the source. That inner source can be or should be accessed by the inner faculties, namely mind and intelligence. All the discussions can only help to guide the inner perception. Whatever we have seen right from the second chapter, they will guide the inner perception which we must and we should under this access. That means we must be able to feel that. So this is actually how to go about it. All depends on the individual. When we say that there is I thought. I thought is different from I feeling. That I feeling is always there, and whatever is seen or heard or by experience, it's all inside. That means the image. So including what we now see, the hand, by our body, and whatever is in the room, everything is inside only. So this is a basic principle which has to be clearly understood. Our ignorance. That means ignorance means what? I am the body, I am seeing. So the kartritvam and bhoktritvam. I am doing, I am thinking, I am seeing. And I am experiencing or enjoying the effects. This is the ignorance. Which we mean the body and mind. So these are all, our activities, or the Atma is activates and animates us through the three gunas. Earlier, again, we will go back to that if necessary. That means, 9th chapter he has clearly explained. Let me see, 9th chapter, 7th chapter. 7th chapter, right from 4th, this we may even remember, this is a very famous one. Bhumirapo nalo vayu kammano buddhireva cha ahankar itiyam me vinna prakriti nashtata aparaye. Next one, it goes like that. What does it mean? All the 5 bhutan, the fire, the earth, water, air, and space. In addition to that, that is Bhumirapo nalo vayu kham mano buddhireva cha. So it includes buddhi, mind, and ahankaram also. All these are prakritis. We call that is 8 types of prakritis. And these are all inert, jata. He calls it apara. And which is para is Brahman. He says, my Chetana Prakriti. This is apara Prakriti, para Prakriti, from which all these things has come out. So the world is formed with these two, when they that is apara Prakriti and para Prakriti. From this, the world or the prapancha, it has appeared. So I am finally the source of everything. Everything comes out of me. First the apara Prakriti, and because of that the world. In the apara Prakriti, mind and intelligence and ahankara, everything is included. When ahankara is not there, everything is withdrawn, as in sleep. So it goes like that. Even the 6th, then seventh also it says. In fact, everything has come out of me. So I am the light of Chandra and Surya and all these things. So and the Omkara it lists there also. It has listed all these things, and I am the brilliance in fire, and the smell of the earth. Similarly, actually, seventh, most of these things are they are listed out. So the particular this one, the 10, 40, and all these things, it again actually he repeats these points. So what is to be understood is when we are seeing and hearing everything, it's all. That's why Krishna says when good things are seen, I am in that means what? Even for a seer, everything is whether good or bad or whatever it is, whether it is light or darkness, everything is within me. I am only. Not only Krishna, we can also say that because we are not understood, we are not saying that. So as far as Atma or the Brahman is concerned, everything is within that. Nothing can be away from this. So that's what he stresses, these points. In fact, it is a very basic point which has to be understood very clearly. So the 41 also we will see. Yad yad vibhodimatsvam srimadhurjitameva va tatte vakascha svam mamate vakachvam mamatejom mamatejom sasambhavam. That is, whatever being which is glorious, rich, or powerful, you recognize that to be born out of a spark of the manifold brilliance of me the Supreme. So as we saw, everything we experience, powerful, rich and glorious, they are born out of me. Why he lists only these, powerful and rich and glorious things alone? Because it is noticeable. In fact, everything is, whatever we do, whatever we think, whatever we design, everything is also that only. But it is not outstanding. It is difficult to recognize. That's why earlier he said of Pandavas, Arjuna. Arjuna, when we say Pandava, we think of Arjuna only. So he is, in all respects, he is more, powerful, and he has done so many things which normal persons cannot do. And that's why he means, he mentions Dhananjaya. And earlier also, right from Prahalada, he said outstanding people or beings. He mentions, otherwise it's very difficult. If you say some other name of a king, we won't even know who it was. That's why most famous and powerful people are mentioned. Similarly, all those gunas, he mentions brilliance in that light in brilliance, like that. So he mentions only those things so that people can understand. And it is a fact. If you take us also, whatever we see, it is within us. So we are in that. I am in that, we can say. But we are hesitating because we may think that we are talking like due to ahankara. In fact, Vivekananda will ask Ramakrishna. So if you say that I am that, I am this, no, it looks I have that ego. It's not due to ego. It is clear understanding. So that's why it is thought, and it is a fact. Whatever is, the Atma is nothing but the Brahman. That is the basic thing. So another Jivo Naiva Napara Brahmana, and the three basic things will get. So it is we call it reflective consciousness, and that is as good as the that is pure consciousness of the Supreme. So everything comes within this, and whatever you see, it's all in the Atma is within. Otherwise, it cannot be perceived. There is nothing which is away from this. In second chapter also there is another sloka. Napara. I forgot. Whichever is not there will never come to this one. It is 16th verse in second chapter. I remember the number, but I forgot the sloka.
Nasato Vicheto Bhavo.
Vidyate Bhavo. So whichever is not there, it's not it will never appear. See, that particular sloka, when we go from chapter to chapter, that understanding will go up actually. Earlier we say, even whatever you see, it is temporary, it is not there full time. So that is all. So it is very difficult. Now we can clearly understand. Whichever is not within this, the Brahman, it's not there at all. And whichever is there, it will never go out. That means it will never disappear. So the manifested Brahman is unmanifested. Both are just now we saw. It may be with Nama Rupa, otherwise pure presence. It's like that. So either manifested or unmanifested, everything is that only. This clarity actually we should have to understand further, especially 11th and 12th chapter. This understanding is very, very important. And so here he says, whatever is powerful and glorious, it is born out of a spark of the brilliance of me. It is not my entire, that such it's not, it's some corner. It is there. It's a spark of that entire brilliance of me. So that's what he says. Then 42. Athava bahu daineta Athava bahu naitena kimyatena dhavarjuna vishtabhyahamitam krishnam ekam sena sthito jagat. See, this is also, he says, what use do you have by knowing all this? Arjuna, I remain supporting the entire universe with a portion of me, a small portion. I am supporting the entire universe. So he says here, what is the use of this elaborate enumeration, listing? I am in mountain, I am in intelligent people, I am in Ganga, I am in Yamuna. Instead of saying, I am in everything, Krishna says, I would like to say everything is in me. Aham idam Krishnam jagat vishtabhya astitaha. In fact, I remain supporting the entire creation, or the entire creation is in me. See, for example, the space is within the hall. That is not a very correct statement. All the halls are in space. Otherwise, we may think that space is here only. No, all the halls are in space only. Many such rooms and halls. Similarly, Bhagavan is not in the living beings, but all living beings are in Bhagavan. That's why in the early chapter, he says, every being is in me, I am not in them. Then finally he'll say, actually nobody is in me, like that. It depends on the situation. So, is it better, this thing he says is, everything is in me. All living beings are in Bhagavan. Bhagavan means Brahman. And they don't occupy the whole of Brahman. I am only sustaining them in one corner of me. So the whole cosmos is only occupying a part of me. So how big I am. So the whole cosmos is like a bubble in me, the ocean. See, if I am the ocean, the bubble is the whole cosmos. That's what he again earlier mentioned in a different way. So these are actually in this chapter, the concluding, Krishna concludes the description of his glories like this, even though he has mentioned this earlier, 7th and part of 9. So he has been mentioning this. So, and we can see when we say Krishna, it is the supreme presence, non-dual presence. And everything is in that. This is the basic thing. In that means Atma, that is the individual self also. Everything is, whatever is perceived is in that. And it is in that only. We feel because of ignorance, these are all outside me because we think I am the body. So including the body, everything is in Atma. This is the thing which we have to probably, if necessary, think about it and contemplate on this and understand. Even though practically, for example, we all know that sun, in our general understanding is it rises in the east and sets in the west. But we know that there is no rising or setting for sun. But in day-to-day this thing we use the word, but we know clearly it is not like that. Similarly, even though we know everything is in me, in Vyavaharika, in day-to-day life, when interacting with the world or persons or places, it will be like this only. Every time we need not go on talking like this, and it is not practical. With this understanding, when we say I am coming, means I know that my body is coming, or my body is going, my body is talking. We know that. With that understanding, we talk. So this is the basic thing. So we have to remember, even though sun doesn't rise and rise in east and sets in west, we know clearly that there is no question of rising or setting. It's very clear. See, so many things. Even the simplest thing, the earth, it looks flat only, but we know that it is round. So with that understanding, we interact in the world and others. So this is similarly with this understanding, nothing going to change. Clarity and no confusion, no doubt. So we proceed. We proceed means again that the kartritvam, bhoktritvam, when it automatically stops with the understanding. Even earlier also it is mentioned, everything is done by the 3 gunas. So the beyond the gunas, I think 19th, it will come next after, I think 14th chapter. There is only one thing which is Atma or Brahman. So either I am Atma or one of the combination of these gunas. So there is nothing like I am doing, I am seeing, I am, that the kartutvam, if with this understanding it will totally stop. Things will not continue happening. So similarly the experiencing, that's why it's, here the main this thing is whether it is success or failure, labha or what is that, nashta. It don't bother me. Actually, we are not bothering at all. The bothering is it's a thought. Oh, I see what will happen. This on and now. Actually, it all appears in our consciousness. Nothing is actually affecting me. This sort of thing. The seer means that Atma is never affected. So this clarity when it slowly, when it comes, really we feel that I am not a doer nor an enjoyer. So this slowly it sets in. So it is not going to make much difference actually. It's only a question of understanding. And because of that, whether it is success or failure, they don't really affect. What is that? Yoga kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya. So that is the basic thing, how things are to be done. Siddhya siddhyo samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. That samatvam is yoga, that yogi. So for yogi, samatvam is most important thing. If it is a success, we don't get elated, or once it is understood, or if it is a failure, we don't get depressed. So this is the thing. Even now it is like that. I am not affected. I am not depressed. We think that we attach ourselves to mind.
It's hurting me.
Yes? Yeah. So we are not, it's that clarity.
I think I have to change the whole thing.
change the rest पढ़ना के टाइप
You are not. It's not audible, is it?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಯಾರ್ದೋ ಆಡಿಯೋ ಆನ್ಲೇ ಇருக்கு.
Oh, I see. Okay. Right. So this is the thing which we have to practice all the time. See, Gita in everyday life means this only. Keeping this in mind, our action will not change because we are not acting. It is due to gunas. So that itself first is the song. That has to be understood very, very clearly. And everything, this so-called willpower and all things, we will understand very clearly. It is there, of course, especially in Ramana's, this one, it is not Upadesaram, Ulladanarpada, Saddarshanam. It is very clearly mentioned. So even that willpower has, rather meaning. But initially when we are talking to children or others, we have to use that word, and so that till they understand. Once it is understood, everything is done by the gunas. So I am above all these things. I am gunatita. So I am unaffected. Even though I experience so many things in the world, nothing rather affects me at all. I am totally unaffected. So this sort of, the contemplation, it helps a lot. Afterwards, once it is understood, we don't have to repeat. We like now we don't think that we rather, even though that is, I am the body, that is always there, whether you think or not, it is there. Like that, I am that feeling will be there, but we don't have to go on repeating it. In Upadesaram, there is this one. This bhava balatinal bhavanatita sadbhavatirutale undi para parabhakti tattvam undi para. Earlier you have to go on thinking, I am that, I am not affected. Afterwards, because of the strength of this bhava, so I am in bhava, because of this bhava, I am above this bhava, and I am in sadbhava all the time. That means that also we did not say, we understand. I am in all the time in the sadbhava. So this Ramana calls this as parabhakti. That means the ultimate bhakti. Ultimate bhakti, when it is there, so things will just, the Summa Iru, he says, that is because of that only. Summa Iru means I am all the time, I am like that only. I am not doing anything. Things are happening because of me, and through the gunas, things are happening. So this sort of thing. So it's these four verses, 39 to 42, that's what Krishna mentions here. So I am, whatever you say, apart from me, there is nothing. So in fact, everything is within me. So that's what he very clearly and he is, and Arjuna in the next chapter he will say, by understanding this, what has happened. It's beautiful. Next, I think 11th chapter, 2, 3, 4 or something like that. So he answers that. Even though Krishna, he says, what is use of listing all these things. Arjuna, he says, but he will answer that in the next chapter. Hari Om. Jai Guru.
Thank you, Natarajan, for a very good concluding the 4 slokas. Now I will give a very short summary of the 10th chapter. The first 6 chapters was talking about Jiva Swarupa, about us, individual. The next 6 chapters, from 7 to 12, is talking about Ishvara Swarupa. And the last 6 chapters are talking about the aikyam between Jiva and Ishvara. Tat Tvam Asi. That is the aikyam. It looks very simple. If you look at Krishna, our understanding of Krishna is an individual. Vasudeva Sutam. Born to Vasudeva and Devaki. That is one Krishna, physical, like any one of us. The other, second type of Krishna is Ishvara. So first Krishna was Jiva, second is Ishvara, the Lord. And Ishvara means he has all the 3 gunas with him. Samatva gunam, Rajo gunam, Tamo gunam, all the 3 gunas. And because of 3 gunas, he created this universe, Jagat Karanam. So he created this 3, Jagat Karanam. In fact, we can always say whatever we see in the world, everything is Bhagavan. That is Sarvatma Darshan. And that is what Krishna is trying to bring to us, that particular knowledge, that from the individual God, Krishna, who is in the temple, now you look at universal Krishna. Universal Krishna means all the idols, what we see, they are all, the basic form is Krishna. But only thing is we are giving different nama rupam, names and forms. But the original absolute nature is not changing. So we have to develop our vision to look all the objects what we see in the universe as Bhagavan. And the third is Nirguna Swarupam. Bhagavan himself says, I have no guna, nirguna, nirvikara, I have no modification. I have no birth. I have no death. I am single, nityam, ekam, sarvavyapi. That means that is Nirguna Swarupam. But to understand the Nirguna Swarupam with our present sense organs, we will not be able to visualize. Because that is I am subject. I am the same Bhagavan, Nirguna Swarupa Brahman. If it is an object, then only what we can see outside. If the object is not there, you can't see anything. And object means we can know it has got a weight, it has got a length, it has got a depth, it has got a quality, it has got gunas, it has got properties. So that is the Saguna Swarupam. It's not Nirguna Swarupam, Saguna Swarupam. So our vision should be from the individual Jiva vision to Ishvara vision and then to Nirguna vision. So the 3 steps are there. So the first 6 chapters has given us the vision about us. We are a limited body. This Maya, which is supposed to be Trigunatmika Maya, the individual is controlled by that Maya. That is why during the dream state, we are able to project the world, even though we are not aware of it, because in dream the body is not there. So that means we are not visualizing any objects outside. So all the objects are created by us in our dream by our mind, and that is not real. When you wake up, the dream objects are not there. Suppose I have won a big lottery in dream. Next, after waking up, if I go to the bank and check whether I have that money deposited in my account, no, it won't be there. That is mithya. That is the property of Maya. So we are all controlled by Maya. When you come to the universal Bhagavan, Lord Krishna is the boss. And using Maya means what? He has used, the Brahman has used the Sat's existence and Chit consciousness and the Sat Chit Anandam. The Maya has lent it from him. Maya is not owner of that. He has only got a sort of taken a loan from Brahman, original Brahman. And that is Ishvara. That is Brahman with Maya is Ishvara. So that is why Ishvara is able to project. And that projection is the world. And the world is nothing but objects. That is our ego, our mind. All these things are projected on Ishvara. So the ultimate thing is when we say Vibhuti Yoga, so Bhagavan, Maya has got all the potential to become what it wants. He is a Maya, mystic. When you go to a magic show, that magician brings so many things outside. But for us, it is magic. So similarly, Bhagavan is using Maya and bringing out this world of objects. And what he wants to convey through that particular system is that please note that Maya is not independent. It cannot remain without my support. Without my support. If it does, that means Maya is not independent. Whereas in the case of Ishvara, Brahman is not dependent. It is Swatantram. And the other is Paratantram. And whatever is dependent, they are Mithya. That is false. So if I depend on money, that is Mithya. Because I am depending money for my security, that is Mithya. And Bhagavan says, he said in 3 steps. First, I created this world, universe. Everybody knows about it. Jagat Karanam, Ishvara, Brahman. Brahma Satyam, Jagan Mithya. Jivo Brahmaiva na Aparha. And the second is, Bhagavan says, first he said, I am Jagat Karanam. And he says, I am the intelligent cause for that world. Because if I have to bring a gold ornament The gold is there. Then I have to create that ornament. How do I create the ornament? I need the knowledge. And goldsmith has got the knowledge. So that means whatever you see as objects in the world, it is all my creation. Because I have used my Chaitanya Swarupam. Chit Swarupam. Chaitanya Swarupam. And the Chaitanya Swarupam is a Nirguna Ishvara. It has no independent entity. I said Saguna, Nirguna. Saguna Brahman, Nirguna Brahman. Saguna Brahman is Ishvara. Nirguna Brahman is absolute Brahman. And again, where did he get the raw material for, gold? Gold is required for creating the ornaments for the goldsmith. And the gold also came from Bhagavan. So that is called Upadana Karana, material cause. So what we see as objects in the world is nothing but Sat and Chit. Sat and Chit means existence and intelligent cause. So that if I see a river, or if I see my hand itself, my hand got sentiency, animation because of that Chit Swarupa, awareness principle, consciousness principle. And the physical inert hand is the material cause. That is again has come from Bhagavan. So if I see my hand, if I have to lift my hand, I need two things. One, the hand should be there. That is the material cause. And the lifting has to be done. And that is the Shakti. I need the potential to lift. And that Shakti is also given by Bhagavan. So, the idea of Vibhuti Yoga, universal vision should be from the individual vision to universal vision. What we should do is that we should see that every object in the world is the creation of Bhagavan. For example, the sweetness in mango. We see a mango. When it is fully ripe, what a beautiful sweetness it has. That sweetness belongs to Bhagavan. That's what he says. That is my vibhuti. Between two mangoes, the ripe mangoes, one may be little sour, one may be beautiful, excellent sweetness. So that sweetness is myself. That is Bhagavan. That is called vibhuti. So we have the potential. All of us have got the potential. We have got all hidden energy. And if the energy has manifested outside, that is called a vibhuti. So we see the vibhuti, but you see the reverse. That vibhuti has come from the potential Shakti. That Shakti is Maya. And Maya depends on Bhagavan. So we have to trace backward. And that is what. So when I say anything as vibhuti, that sweetness of mango is a vibhuti, and the sweetness has been given by the Shakti, potential Shakti of Bhagavan. So who is the ultimate giver of sweetness? Bhagavan. So that is what he says, vibhuti yoga. So if you look at the chapter, there are 42 shlokas. Shloka number 1 to 3 is an introduction. And he says, I am repeating this shloka, Bhuya eva mahabaho, because this is a very subtle subject. It is very difficult to understand. Gross we can understand. If something is gross, we can understand. But when you go deeper inside, it is very difficult to understand. Grahana Shakti should be very. That is why, some people are highly intellectual because they have that grasping capacity. So, and he says, I am the cause in the first 3 shlokas. Then from 4th to 77th, he gives a description of yoga and vibhuti. That means whatever is our antaram. Antaram means inside, like our emotions, our mind, our intellect, our hankara. All these called antaram. And all antarams are my glories. So if I have some success outside, that ahankara should not take it, it is mine. No, it is belonging to Bhagavan. That is antaram. Then bhashyam, bhashya prapancham. So whatever you see outside, that is bhashya prapancham. And the one who knows this yoga potential or shakti and the manifestation vibhuti, he knows me. That's what he says in the 7th shloka. Then he comes to 8th to 13th. 8 to 13th, 8 to 11th. If I know that Bhagavan is both the yoga and vibhuti, what benefit I will get? He said, I will give you Atma Jnanam. So in the 10th shloka, he has given Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam. Dadami Buddhi Yogam means I will give Atma Jnanam. That is what is meant by Atma Jnanam. If you are able to differentiate between yoga and vibhuti, you are a fit candidate to learn this Atma Jnanam, and that Atma Jnanam I will give you. So he promises. And that Atma Jnanam is Nirguna Brahman, Satchidananda Swarupam, Nirguna Brahman, Atma Jnanam. Then he says, from 12th to 18th, Arjuna has some. At first, Arjuna is praising Krishna that you are a wonderful person, you are this, you are that. And then he says, I have understood whatever you have talked to me, and I have a complete faith and trust in you. But I would like to listen more and more of your glories, even though on the 7th and 9th chapter he has talked about the glories, but he said it was a very short summary. But for me to understand your glory, because I am a limited person. So if I am a limited person with a finite knowledge only, with a body, so give me keshu cha bhaveshu chintyosmi Bhagavan Maya. So in what way I should look at your vibhuti? And then Arjuna accepted the request of Lord accepted the request of Arjuna, and then from 19th shloka to 38th shloka, he discussed all the various vibhutis. And among these 2 various vibhutis, most of them are Saguna Brahman, but only 2 qualities of Nirguna Brahman he talked about. Aham Atma, Gurakesha. Aham Atma. That is, I am Chaitanya Swarupam. So that's a Nirguna Swarupam. And then in the last 38th shloka, he said, I am existence. All the existence is because of me. Asti. So these 2 glories are Nirguna Brahman, Nirguna Swarupa Brahman. And it is very difficult to understand because very subtle. Unless and until your mind has been, the intellect has been fully refined to the highest, then only you will be able to understand. For example, now we will not be able to understand what is see, now you know the atomic power and nuclear power. Whatever, in a small atom or in a proton, how much of energy is available. But some of the scientists are able to visualize because their intellect is very acumen. If you go further, deeper, and Bhagavan says, I am that power in the proton, which is giving that tremendous energy to either use for a useful purpose or for destroying purpose. So that means the two extremes, biggest glories is Sat and Chit. Sat and Chit he has talked about. But then, people like us, we are not that sharp intellectual people. So for that, Krishna gave various objects in the world. He talked about rivers, he talked about devatas, he talked about our own inside, our equipments, various parts of the body. And then he all said that whatever you see as the highest glory, that is myself. Vedanam Samavedosmi. Among the Vedas, I am Samaveda. Among Devas, I am Indra. So we have seen the details that why he has selected those people. So that is up to 38. Then from the 39 to 42nd, what we saw today, Lord says, I have given a few samples. Now, if I go on describing the vibhujis, there is no end to it. So, based on the samples, you understand that whatever glories are there in the world, that it belongs to me. So, you build up your own items. So, I have given you samples. The rest you can build up. So, in conclusion, Krishna says, I am not in the world, whereas the world is in me. I am Swatantra, independent. World is dependent. That is Paramatma. And up till now, another example can be the rail can say, without the rail, the train cannot run. And for the train is dependent on the rail, and rail is not dependent on the train. So similarly here, Bhagavan says, I am independent, even though I am inside every object, but I am not in the object. So that is thing. Now, the Vibhuti Yoga is an audio concept. Nowadays, we can only understand very clearly audio. The original Walkman came from Sony. And, you can listen to music while even walking. But then Lord Arjuna was little more interested to know, can I see what you are talking all the time now? And then Lord Krishna said, yes, I will give you a video of what is happening inside me. And that is called Vishwarupa Darshanam. And that is the next chapter. So this audio and video together should be able to understand, because video means, we are seeing. We are able to see personally with our eyes and all that. So it will have more effect. Always, the vision has more understanding than listening to the things. So with this, we have successfully concluded the 10th chapter, and I am extremely grateful to all of you, because but for all your participation, this could not have been completed. So it's all because of our divine blessings to all of us. And that's why you are able to come and listen to this. And now I thank Kalyan Sundaram also, because of late he is able to record and put it on the YouTube for the benefit of people who has not attended here. So I extend my thanks to Kalyan Sundaram. And Natarajan, of course, he is a veteran, so I don't have to thank him. And we will take up 11th chapter 11 after 1 month, because I have also some guests at home. So I will let you know the date when we will be resuming from on this Bhagavad Gita. So with all the blessings, Om Purnamata Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om.